Yellowstone star Kevin Costner says he's riding off into the sunset.
Thinking about Yellowstone, that beloved series that I love, that I know you love, I just realized that I'm not going to be able to continue.
Kevin Costner is finally sharing the real reason he left Yellowstone. While many have guessed it was because of fights on set or contract issues, the truth is more personal. Those who know him say there's more to the story than what the media has reported. Why did Costner walk away from one of the biggest shows on TV? What really caused the tension that led to his exit, and what does it mean for the future of Yellowstone? Join us as we uncover the real story behind his shocking departure. Costner reveals it all. The media told one story for months, but what happened was much simpler. The show kept getting delayed, and nobody seemed to know what was going on. That was what finally made Costner walk away. People claimed he would only work for a week to wrap up his scenes, but that was never going to work for a show as huge as Yellowstone. As the star, Costner's schedule was already packed tight, and fitting in all his scenes would have been nearly impossible. While many questioned these reports, Costner says the real problem was different. Constant production delays kept messing up his schedule, making it impossible for him to keep working on the show as needed. Costner defended his work ethic, saying the delays threw everything into disarray and made it hard to stay committed. Yellowstone, that beloved series that I love, that I know you love, I just realized that I'm not going to be able to continue, season 5B or into the future. While news outlets painted him as difficult to work with, he stressed there was more to the story. He went further to explain that he stepped away from his movie Horizon to be there for Yellowstone season 5B filming schedule. He showed up right when they asked him to, even though it wasn't easy for him. Despite doing all of this, there was a fundamental problem. The show's team didn't have the screenplay ready for the second half of the season. They needed 4 more days just to finish the first 8 episodes. Though Costner made himself available early to help out, fans would end up missing out on 2 episodes since they could not complete all 10 as planned. But were the rumors surrounding Costner's commitment accurate, or was there more happening behind the scenes? Behind the Yellowstone drama, Costner shared that the media misinterpreted his willingness to work just 1 more week, which led to rumors that he only wanted to work a week on the remaining episodes. He clarified that he did not have the extra week to give but agreed to do it to help the show. Despite not having the time, he pushed back against these claims, stating that this portrayal was inaccurate and unfair. He emphasized that he had never missed a day of work and had always fulfilled his contractual obligations, often going beyond what was expected. He didn't just leave Yellowstone, he felt pushed out. Costner was deeply frustrated with how the show handled his departure, believing the producers failed to support him after everything he had done for the series. After playing such a key role in Yellowstone's success, he expected more recognition, but instead, he felt cast aside. He had only signed on for 1 season, yet he stayed for 3, then a 4th, something he never planned. Now, looking back, he couldn't help but wonder if his loyalty had been taken for granted. But if Costner had gone above and beyond for Yellowstone, why did the producers fail to meet their end of the deal? Could better communication and planning have prevented the fallout, or was his departure always inevitable? Costner pulls back the curtain. Despite the ongoing drama surrounding the show, Costner has not completely closed the door on a possible return. He mentioned that if the right circumstances arose, he would be open to coming back. His commitment to the project and the fans remains, even though the production issues left him with no choice but to focus on other projects. This openness to returning shows that while the situation may be tense, there is still a possibility for reconciliation. Yellowstone fans may be preparing for the rest of Season 5, but there's no denying Costner's absence will leave a big void. Yet, while the drama around the show continues, he isn't looking back, he's charging ahead. His newest project, Horizon, a 4-part epic set after the Civil War, just made its debut at Cannes, proving he's far from slowing down. With new films on the horizon and his passion for storytelling stronger than ever, Costner's Hollywood journey is far from over. Costner, born on January 18, 1955, is an American actor and filmmaker whose remarkable career has spanned decades. Throughout his journey in Hollywood, he has earned numerous accolades, including 2 Academy Awards, 3 Golden Globe Awards, and a Primetime Emmy Award. His ability to take on a variety of roles has made him one of the most respected figures in the industry, admired for his performances and contributions to film and television. Given Costner's impressive journey and numerous accolades, how did a career that began with such monumental success evolve into the challenges and drama surrounding Yellowstone? Hollywood's golden boy rises. Costner became a household name through a string of hit movies in the late 1980s, starring in The Untouchables, Bull Durham, Field of Dreams, and JFK. Each role showcased his ability to play different types of characters, from baseball players to crusading lawyers. His star power grew even bigger when he took on iconic roles in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves and The Bodyguard, proving he could handle both action-packed adventures and romantic dramas with equal skill. After his success with Dances with Wolves, Costner took on more challenging roles in Wyatt Earp and Waterworld, showing he wasn't afraid to tackle big, ambitious projects that pushed his limits. Kevin Costner's love for directing grew stronger over the years as he made movies like The Postman, Open Range, and most recently, Horizon, an American Saga. Between directing jobs, Costner kept busy with acting roles that showcased different sides of his talent. He played everything from a charming cowboy in Silverado to a clever naval officer in No Way Out. His range as an actor shone through in lighter fare as well, like playing a washed-up golf pro in Tin Cup or a heartbroken widower in Message in a Bottle. These roles proved Costner could handle any kind of story thrown his way. But what fueled Costner's journey from a shy, uncertain child to a commanding presence on screen? Kevin Costner's humble beginnings shaped his resilience. Moving around as a child was never easy for Costner. Just as he started to feel at home, his father's job would force the family to relocate, bringing new schools, unfamiliar faces, and fresh challenges. Each move made it harder for him to feel confident and secure. They lived in several California towns, including Ventura and Visalia, and the constant change took its toll. But when he reached Mount Whitney High, he finally found a sense of belonging in the marching band. Those difficult years may have been unsettling, but they helped shape the person he would become. Baseball was Costner's passion at Villa Park High, where he played alongside Dennis Burt before graduating in 1973. Around that time, he watched How the West Was Won, and something about it struck a chord. Western films were not just entertaining, they sparked a passion that would stay with him for life. School was never his strong point, but he discovered what truly excited him. His love for sports and westerns planted the seeds for a future that would see him rise as both an actor and a filmmaker. But how does a college graduate with no clear direction suddenly find himself on the path to Hollywood? In his final year of college, Kevin Costner discovered his passion for acting and dancing. It was during this time that he had a chance encounter with actor Richard Burton while on a plane returning from his honeymoon in Puerto Vallarta. At that moment, Costner was unsure about his future career path and sought advice from Burton. The actor encouraged him to pursue acting, offering invaluable advice that Costner would carry with him for the rest of his life. Costner later recalled asking Burton if it was possible to be an actor without personal turmoil, to which Burton responded that it was indeed possible. This conversation had a lasting impact on Costner and helped guide his decision to enter the world of acting. With the support of his wife, Costner began taking acting lessons 5 nights a week. Although he had secured a job as a marketing executive, he soon realized that it wasn't the career he wanted. His marketing job lasted only 30 days, and Costner turned to odd jobs to support his acting dreams. He worked on fishing boats, as a truck driver, and even gave tours of Hollywood homes, all while attending auditions. These jobs allowed him to pay for his acting tuition and helped him develop the skills needed to pursue a film career. Costner's big break in Hollywood came in 1981 when he made his film debut in Sizzle Beach, USA. His first movie role was small. He played a frat guy at a party in Night Shift back in 1982. In his scene, Costner appears in a morgue when the music stops. It was meant to be funny, though he didn't get much screen time. Still, it was his first step into movies. After that, he started getting bigger roles. But how does an actor go from blink-and-you'll-miss-it roles to becoming a rising star? For Costner, it wasn't just about talent, it was about timing, persistence, and the right connections. 1983 was a grind for Costner. He took whatever acting work he could get. He did an Apple computer commercial, got a part in a movie called Table for Five, and played a small role in Testament, a film about nuclear war. Then came what looked like his big break. He landed a key role in The Big Chill as Alex, the friend whose passing brings everyone together. He filmed all his scenes, but every single one got cut from the final movie. That setback led to something better. Director Lawrence Kasdan remembered Costner and cast him in Silverado 2 years later. This time, his scenes made it to the screen. Things picked up quickly after that. He got lead roles in both Fandango and American Flyers that same year. After years of acting in small roles, people were finally starting to notice him. 1987 was Costner's breakthrough year. His role as Elliot Ness in The Untouchables turned heads. Then came No Way Out, and suddenly, studios wanted him for everything. But it was 2 baseball movies that made him a star, Bull Durham in 1988 and Field of Dreams in 1989. Critics loved him. Audiences couldn't get enough. And just like that, Hollywood had found its next big name. 1990 was when Costner took his biggest risk. He started TIG Productions with Jim Wilson and decided their first film would be Dances with Wolves. It was a huge gamble. Costner had never directed before, but he chose to both star in and direct the film. The bet paid off better than anyone could have dreamed. The movie earned 12 Oscar nominations and won 7, including Best Picture and Best Director for Costner himself. But could Costner keep up the momentum after such a groundbreaking year? As the early 90s unfolded, he didn't just maintain his success, he took on even bigger, riskier roles that would further cement his legacy in Hollywood. Kevin Costner's career in the mid-1990s was filled with ups and downs. He took significant risks with 2 futuristic movies, Waterworld in 1995 and The Postman in 1997. While Waterworld managed to make money, The Postman was a major flop, winning 5 Razzie Awards, including Worst Picture. Between these 2 projects, he starred in Tin Cup, a golf comedy that provided a much-needed career boost. Looking back, turning down Harrison Ford's role in Air Force One to finish The Postman may not have been his best decision. By 1999, Costner changed directions with Message in a Bottle, a film adaptation of a Nicholas Sparks novel. However, it failed to leave a lasting impact. As the new millennium began, he found his footing again. In 2000, he returned to serious drama by playing JFK's advisor in 13 Days. A few years later, he stepped back into directing with Open Range, a film that received critical acclaim and generated awards buzz. He kept his momentum going with The Guardian and then took a darker turn with Mr. Brooks, in which he portrayed a deeply troubled man, proving he could still surprise audiences. In 2008, Costner's production company, TIG Productions, closed and was rebranded as Treehouse Films. Despite setbacks and public disappointments in the late 90s, he found new opportunities, strengthened his legacy, and continued to grow as both an actor and filmmaker. However, after decades in Hollywood, Costner took an unexpected turn into music. His passion for storytelling extended beyond film, and he found a new way to connect with audiences through country rock. Kevin Costner entered the music world by forming a country rock band called Kevin Costner and Modern West. His wife, Christine, played a crucial role in encouraging him to pursue this musical path, which led to an exciting worldwide tour in 2007, with performances in cities like Istanbul and Rome. The band also gained recognition by performing at major NASCAR events at famous speedways such as Daytona and Charlotte Motor Speedway. Their debut album, Untold Truths, was released under Universal South Records in November 2008, making a decent impact on the charts, reaching number 61 on Billboard's Top Country Albums and number 35 on Top Heatseekers. They released 3 singles and a live video for Superman 14, but none of the songs gained significant radio traction. In 2009, the band toured with the Alternate Routes as their opening act. However, tragedy struck at the Big Valley Jamboree in Camrose, Alberta. Just before their set, a severe storm caused the main stage to collapse, injuring around 40 people. In the aftermath of this heartbreaking event, the band rallied to support 2 boys who had just lost their mother. Determined to help, they organized an auction where a private dinner with Costner fetched an incredible $41,000, while 2 signed guitars raised another $20,000. Through music, they turned tragedy into an opportunity for healing, proving that generosity and compassion could leave a lasting impact. Beyond Hollywood and music, Costner also made bold moves in the business world. In 1995, he ventured into the oil cleanup industry by purchasing a company that developed machines capable of separating oil from water. He acquired the technology from the government, but the machines remained relatively unnoticed until the Deepwater Horizon oil spill. At that point, BP tested 6 of them and subsequently ordered 32 more. However, legal trouble soon followed. Stephen Baldwin and Spirit and Controversies sued Costner, claiming he had cheated them out of profits when they sold their shares before BP's deal. Costner emerged victorious in court, with the jury ruling in his favor after just 2 hours of deliberation, rejecting Baldwin and Controversies' claims and ordering them to pay Costner's legal fees. In 2004, Costner demonstrated his passion for American history by opening Tatanka, the story of the bison near Deadwood, South Dakota. He invested $5 million into building a learning center that educates visitors about bison and Native American culture. The center features exhibits, shops, and a small theater, but its highlight is a breathtaking bronze sculpture by Peggy Detmers, depicting a dramatic buffalo jump scene. The sculpture consists of 14 bison and 3 Lakota riders, with some of the massive bronze figures suspended midair, weighing up to 8,000 pounds. Costner also tried his hand at the casino business. In 1991, he opened the Midnight Star Casino and Restaurant in Deadwood, bringing in Francis and Carla Caneva to manage it with a small ownership stake. However, tensions arose, and in 2004, he fired them. A dispute over the fair price of their shares led to a legal battle, which Costner ultimately won in the South Dakota Supreme Court. He later closed the casino in 2017 and sold it 3 years later. As Costner's career flourished, his personal life faced turbulence. His marriage to Cindy Silva, once a picture of stability, began to crumble. The couple met in college and tied the knot in 1978, building a family together with 2 daughters born in 1984 and 1986, followed by a son in 1988. For 16 years, they seemed to have a strong partnership, but rumors of an affair on the set of Waterworld led to their divorce in 1994. The split was costly, with Silva receiving an $80 million settlement, reflecting Costner's immense success at the time. After his divorce, Costner's love life made headlines. He briefly dated Bridget Rooney, who later married billionaire Bill Koch. Their relationship resulted in the birth of a son in 1996, adding another chapter to Costner's growing family. He then had a short-lived romance with political activist Birgit Cunningham before moving in with supermodel Elle Macpherson in 1996. Though these relationships kept him in the public eye, none of them led to long-term commitments, leaving Costner to balance his Hollywood career with fatherhood on his own. After years of high-profile dating, Costner found stability with model and handbag designer Christine Baumgartner. They spent 4 years together before marrying on September 25, 2004, at Costner's ranch in Aspen, Colorado. Their marriage brought new joy with the arrival of 2 sons in 2007 and 2009, followed by a daughter in 2010. With a thriving career and a growing family, it seemed Costner had finally found lasting happiness, balancing his personal life with his professional ambitions. However, in May 2023, Baumgartner filed for divorce, bringing an end to their nearly 2-decade-long marriage. Their separation was finalized on February 20, 2024, marking the close of another chapter in Costner's personal life. Despite the ups and downs, he remains a devoted father, proving that while his relationships may have changed, his commitment to his family has never wavered. Beyond Hollywood and his personal life, Costner's views on leadership and change evolved over time. He began his political journey as a Republican and maintained a close friendship with Ronald Reagan, often golfing with the former president. However, in the early 1990s, his political stance shifted, leading him to support Democratic politicians such as Al Gore and Tom Dashley. Despite this shift, he did not entirely abandon Republican candidates, as he contributed to Phil Gramm's campaign in 1995. By 2008, Costner made it clear that he had no interest in running for office, stating that his life had been too colorful for politics. However, he became increasingly vocal about civic engagement, particularly among young voters. In the days leading up to the 2008 presidential election, he campaigned for Barack Obama, making appearances in Colorado, where he owned a home. Speaking at a rally at Colorado State University, he urged young people to vote, expressing disappointment that his generation had failed to bring about the change they once envisioned. Costner's political involvement extended beyond U.S. elections. In October 2014, he sent a heartfelt tribute to British troops stationed around the world, showcasing his broader sense of civic responsibility. Though he never pursued a political career, he remained an influential voice, using his platform to advocate for the causes and candidates he believed in, regardless of party affiliation. What do you make of the Yellowstone drama? Did Costner really walk away, or was he pushed out by behind-the-scenes chaos? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the next video showing on your screen, you'll enjoy it.